Welcome back to MON Comics, coming to you from Clemson, South Carolina today. Two pieces of business real quick before we get into anything. Want to make sure that you go check out the Gofundme that's been set up for Brandon and his family. Donate any that you can and as often as you can. Let's get that up to the goal. And the second thing is, want to make sure that if you're not subscribed to MON Comics, please go down there and click subscribe. We want to get Brandon, give him a nice welcome back gift to be well over that 2,000 subscription mark by the time he gets back. So, why are we here? Why do we love Brandon? Why do we love MON Comics? I think it's probably different for everybody, but I think it probably crosses over a little bit for everybody too. For me, it was him being so, I guess, welcoming when I first found him a couple years ago, and he's just excited. He has a passion, and everything that he works with is just it's addictive. If something is so interesting to him, it makes me want to go read it. If there's anything that he's, television show, comic, or whatever it is, or music, I need to go check that out, because a lot of our tastes really cross over, and it's quite addicting to be around and to have part of my life. I found Brandon myself. I found him from a video. Well, actually, I found him through watching Mike over at MON Comics. When I found Brandon, I think he was in somewhere around 400 subscribers, something like that. I don't know how long ago that was, but it's been a day. And he just opened my eyes to a whole bunch of different things, and it was all through the Big 5 Live. And I found it, and I was getting 5 new people that I could find every month. And they were all hits. There weren't any misses. And so I kept saying, okay, I've got this month, I'm going to spend it to watch these other folks and come in, and now there's 5 more, and now all of a sudden my subscription count on YouTube is far above what I can actually watch in a month or a week or however long. So most of that is due to the Big 5 Live and everybody that is sort of seeded out from the people that I found in Big 5 Live. But Brandon is he's always been. He's never been a gatekeeper, I guess is kind of the way to say. Like, he's never always right. It's cool if we all have differing opinions, and it's good that we use our differing opinions to try to educate the other folks of what they might be missing. That's what I use it for a lot, because there's a lot of things that don't really interest me, but I want to hear the passion from everybody else, because maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm missing it, and maybe I do want to go back and read something or reread something that I didn't enjoy the first time. So it's always good. It's always a good vibe around him. So that's why we're here. Anyway, let's quit talking mushy stuff and let's look at some comic books. So for Brandon, anything that I've ever gotten from him, whether it's purchase, whether it was a free giveaway or whatever, he always tends to have some notes, and he's really gotten classy with all of the typed up notes that he's been sending lately. So that's kind of nice. I've got 4 books here that mean a lot to me that all came from him. The first one that I've got was from a recent giveaway, and it was a Spider-Man Man-Thing. And the thing that was so important to me is when I got it in, I didn't realize when I won it from him that it ended up being an April 1978 issue. And I was born April 1978. That's what I collect. I try to get everything that I can that's April 1978. So if you have anything that's April 1978, let me know. But anyway, got that. That was really cool. Obviously, this will be one that I'll never get rid of. And that was a great find when it came in. The next book that I've got from him was one that started a bit of a chain for me of going through buying a bunch of trades. This is a 7th print. He ended up getting it off of somebody else's channel, I think, and ended up putting it in a giveaway. And I got it, never read it, heard a lot about it, and when I got in on it, it sucked me in at the end of this issue. And as soon as I was done with this, I went to every place online that I could to get all the trades that I could possibly get to try to get caught up. And I really enjoyed that, and that is straight from him. The next book that I've got is a Fantastic Four book that I got from Brandon. He's always been known as a big Fantastic Four collector and a big fan of the series. and I ended up getting this Fantastic Four 258 from him, and it had a couple spine ticks on it and a few finger bends on it, so put a couple of days work in it and was able to send it off to CGC, get a 9.8 on it, and I was really happy to have that. It's been a fun one to look at, and this was one of my first, it might have been in my very first CGC submission that I did. So I'm pretty sure it was, but either way, it's not going anywhere. This is a MON Comics book. This is one that stays with me until the end. The last book that I've got is from Brandon's Whatnot sale. It was his very first one, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the first actual book that he listed that sold on there. So it's got two good things going for it for me. But the other thing, I'm really sorry, Brandon, but I got it for $1, and I'm guessing there just wasn't any Spider-Man fan in the room or whatever, but I was thrilled to death to get it for $1, and it had a few spine ticks on it, and it had some finger bends on it as well, but I was able to get in and get all that stuff fixed. This was just another couple of days worth of work on it, and was able to submit it in and get a 9.8 on it as well. And I've had a few people try to get this one from me. Ultimate Spider-Man is one of my favorite new series that are out right now, and I'm just not interested in selling the book, so it's gonna stay here. Again, it's another MON comic book. It's just a nice collaboration, I feel like, in my head, so it'll stay with me. The last two parting thoughts that I've got here are when I first opened Pressedcomics, Brandon was one of the first customers that I ever had, and it wasn't enough to be supportive of a business that was launching or whatever. I'd been doing this for a very long time, kind of off on the side, and decided to make it an actual full-fledged business and do that. And he was like, well, you know what? I'm going to send you my Stan Lee Fantastic Four signed book, and I'm going to send you this Berserker #1 that was signed by Keanu Reeves and Ron Garney. And the fact that he put that faith in me to do that, it meant a lot. And the joy that was on his face the day that he did the unboxing, I don't know, a month ago, whatever it was, for that CGC reveal for the 9.8 Berserker #1 was pretty awesome. And I've never been that happy opening my own stuff to know that I made my friend happy that day. So I'll end it with you trying to do the same. I'll remind you of the Gofundme and do everything that you can. We don't know when tragedy will strike, but we know that there's something that we can do to help. It doesn't always have to be money. It can be a lot of different things. So you just figure out what it is for you, and make sure to do it. Don't put your head on the pillow until you've done it. Brandon, if you're watching, we love you, buddy. We can't wait to have you back. And in the meantime, we'll hold the fort down. Next week we'll have another great host in here. Hope that everybody else out there is doing great, and hope you'll always remember the wise words that we're often left with. Keep reading those comics.